And now it's Boomer Life. Lifestyle ideas designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is Boomer Life with Sterling Fox.
Well, hello. Welcome to Boomer Life. It's nice to have you with us this morning, and we have a couple of guests from Innovative Sleep Solutions in South Surrey, White Rock. Back with us in studio, Dave Temlett and Terry Harder are with us. Dave and Terry, good morning.
Good morning, Sterling.
Good to see you guys. Summertime, the big summer sale is on, and you know, summer sales can go on for months, can't they, Dave? They can just go on and on and on. As long as there are people willing to take advantage of sale prices, you'll offer them up, won't you?
Well, there's always great deals out there, so it's just a matter of capitalizing on the best value for the consumer really is. And that's
right.
That's what we tend to focus on this time of year.
Well, one of the things at Innovative Sleep Solutions, and we've talked a few times on the radio about this, it's the name of the company, for crying out loud, and the whole point of it is that, it's different. And as the name implies, there's more to a good night's sleep or getting a good night's sleep than would meet the eye initially. And I think, Dave, if you explain what you and Terry have done by way of organizing and getting to Innovative Sleep Solutions, between the two of you, you have over 50 years in this business. Mm-hmm. So all of that experience and all of that expertise has caused you to put together a new company with a really different approach to selling mattresses.
Exactly right, Sterling. Well, Terry and I, we met, good heavens, Terry, 1995 at Sleep Country,
19
Canada.
years ago.
Yeah. So Terry and I have been friends for a very long time. We both worked together at Sleep Country. I left there a few years back, and Terry and I have always had a great friendship all the way along. So when the opportunity came up here for the two of us to actually get together, let's start our own company, put this, do something a little bit different in the marketplace than what everybody else is doing. So what we tend to focus on are really going after the consumer's health buttons. And what I mean by that is every single item that we bring in is the latest current technology. It's very, very healthy products. They use foams that don't tend to off gas or have chemical releases into the atmosphere or very minimal chemical releases. Focusing on 100% certified organic latex, bringing in the magnet therapy lineup. And what I mean by the magnet therapy lineup is the medical braces, the wraps, the neck support, elbow, even a mattress line, Sterling.
Sure.
Yeah, which I think we've talked about in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So, phenomenal products, completely different than what other companies out there are offering. And we've just recently, June 1st, we just celebrated our first anniversary. So we're now we're actually over 12 months old now. We've just applied for accreditation with the Better Business Bureau. You have to be in business at least a year for that.
Right.
So that should be up and running any day now. And, we're looking forward to just getting more credibility on what it is that we do. It's been very, very well received by the public. We're doing great. We're anticipating opening another store sometime in the next year.
Wow.
And things are really, really coming together quite well for us.
Well, Terry, congratulations on your first anniversary there just a short while ago.
Thank you, Sterling.
So obviously you're doing something right. If you've had a terrific first year, if you're already contemplating expanding to another store, what do you think, Terry, you do most right, is besides know your product inside and out? Or is that pretty much all that you need to do right?
Well, that's an important part of it, but also having unique and innovative, and we'll use the name, sleep products that really a lot of other stores are not set up to spend the time necessary. So a lot of it is being willing to spend time with the customers and really ask questions and listen to their needs. Seek first to understand, not necessarily to be understood, and ask appropriate questions and really take a caring approach to how people sleep is part of what makes us unique and is part of our success in the marketplace. And will continue to drive our success and move us forward in the future.
Doing a little poking around on the internet, guys, found this recent survey finding more people are sleeping less than 6 hours a night. Sleep difficulties visiting about 3/4 of it, at least a few nights a week. So a short-lived bout of insomnia is something, we all have from time to time, and you get a couple of bad nights back to back. You're no fun for a few days, but generally you get over it and things return. However, if that isn't the case and you become involved in something called chronic sleep loss, then you're into a kind of a downward spiral, because the word chronic is the key there. Because if you're not sleeping well, if you're sleeping less than 6 hours a night constantly, you're setting yourself up with that chronic sleep loss for all sorts of health problems. Think something as simple as weight gain to high blood pressure, immune system difficulties, all of this, Terry, resulting simply from not sleeping properly enough. So when people come to Innovative Sleep Solutions, as you've mentioned moments ago, the name alone would suggest that the people who run the store have a whole lot going on in terms of their approach to sleep. So how many people do you think, Terry, come into the store with the idea of restoring some health problems and making an investment in their well-being?
Well, a lot of people don't quite understand the correlation that you just mentioned, Sterling, to how important sleep is in our relationships. In other words, if we're tired a lot of times, how can we be patient to be there for our spouses and to understand their needs? And then in turn, sleep...
To say nothing of the boss next morning at 9 a.m.
Exactly. Right. We're leaving him out of it for a moment. And then from there, of course, we don't realize that not sleeping properly causes us not to eat right, doesn't give us the energy we need to be exercising properly. So sleep is something where everything starts. It's really the control center of our life. And again, we are aware of that when people come in, that we really can make an impact on their life in a positive way. And we're more and more starting to mention, and that's why we really enjoy this show, because we're able to come up with collectively the minds of a lot of people in the radio station even that have given us good information on these things and help us to be able to translate to that customer, hoping that they understand how important a better night's sleep is.
Well, how about doctors, Dave? We talked about this over a coffee before we began the show today, and in terms of, you go to the doctor and you say, "Look, doc, I'm having a heck of a time. I've got rampant insomnia, and it's verging on chronic sleep loss, and I'm not real happy about it." And so the doctor is he'll ask you a few questions, check your blood pressure maybe, but then probably give you a prescription for sleeping pills and tell you to go away.
Well, that's very, very common, and the truth is that there's a good chance that maybe what you're sleeping on isn't efficient enough for you.
Well,
maybe
that's
you're
right.
not getting the right support, or maybe it's too hard or too soft. There's lots of different reasons. But you're absolutely right. They quickly will give you a prescription to go get some sleeping pills to help you out. Never do they talk about mattresses.
Right. Now, you people have been doing the home show circuit around the Lower Mainland over the last few months. You've done Coquitlam. You were out to Maple Ridge. I know you were at the Richmond Home Show. When you have the Innovative Sleep Solutions booth and you're offering products that people are perhaps seeing for the very first time, when they walk up and go, "Oh, well, there's one of those magnet beds. I've heard about those on the radio." Well, that's what they look like. When they come up to the Innovative Sleep Solutions booth and have a chance to talk to you guys one-on-one, generally speaking, what do people want to know most, especially with what we've just identified, Dave, the fact that a lot of people don't get a good night's sleep and they're kind of chronically grumpy? So when they have a chance to talk to a real sleep person, what do they want to know?
Well, they want to know what exactly what's the deal with this magnetic therapy bed? How does it work? What's it going to do for me? Well, there's another product line out in the marketplace that is, it's similar idea. It works very similar to what the magnetic therapy does, and you may have heard of it. It's called Ironman mattress. But the difference between the Ironman and the magnet therapy beds are that the magnet therapy beds are using a device that's actually registered with Health Canada as a medical device, which are the medical magnets, the concentric circle medical magnets. They're not just a bunch of minerals like the other product has, which are not registered as a medical device, and they're actually in the textile of the product, and they're woven in with a polyester fabric. Well, keeping in mind, polyester fabrics are made with polypropylenes, which have an oil-based product. So they will have some degree of off-gassing. So the great thing with the magnet therapy beds is that the magnet therapy, the magnets will actually, the magnetic field fights with a positive and negative pole, moving the magnet field in a 3D configuration upwards into your body, opening the vascular system, which will bring a fresh oxygen supply and helps to reduce swelling, and it helps to remove toxins from the blood, and it's phenomenal pain relief for people that suffer from arthritis, fibromyalgia, diabetes, even menstrual cramping, migraine headaches. The list goes on and on.
So, but when you're in a show situation and people come up and they get to touch the magnets and lie down on the bed, how many people go, "Oh, sure they do"? When you talk about it, just sounds at first blush, it sounds a little out there.
Well, yeah, perhaps, but when you take into account that, magnets have been around, magnet therapy has been around for hundreds of years.
There you go.
In addition to that, it's even used widely in the medical industry today, not just in the medical magnets that are in these products, but in an MRI machine, magnetic imaging.
Resonance imaging.
Yeah. Sure, that's right.
For doing scans and that sort of thing. So it's very, very safe. The only thing that they really don't recommend the magnets for are people that have a pacemaker. Just because of the magnetic
field. That would be understandable.
The magnetic field in there could do something to the pacemaker. Other than that, for the majority of the population, it's very, very safe, and this really does work quite well.
Terry, when you're in these home show scenarios and people come up to you to your booth, to the Innovative Sleep Solutions display, and obviously the magnetics, the BioFlex magnetic beds are a tremendous curiosity item, but that's far from the only product you sell at Innovative Sleep Solutions. And when people start talking about their personal circumstances, they'll come up to you, and I'm sure you've heard it more than once. I probably haven't had a good night's sleep in fill in the blank, 6 weeks, 5 months, 2 years. People tell you that, don't they?
They don't think it's possible, Sterling. They just accept that the way they sleep is the way they sleep. They don't realize that there's answers. And again, people need to keep an open mind that they'll believe that pills will work. Well, why not believe that a better night's sleep will work?
Right.
And that if I have a better mattress that eliminates pressure points, that breathes much more efficiently, that reduces inflammation, that helps to keep my spine in an orthopedically correct support position, all of these sleep advantages, if we were able to consider a better night's sleep in a new mattress, it has far more reaching capabilities for improved quality of life than some pills do at night.
Right.
Or a bottle of scotch or what have you.
Right. But I mean, people self-medicate. They do that. I mean, you get so, and you're right, Terry. People just sort of go, it's been so long since I've had a couple of consecutive nights of good sleep. I've just sort of learned to accept that, you get what you get and you make the best of it. And that's kind of surrendering to, it's a kind of a strange attitude. Is it because, do you think, guys, people don't pursue a better night's sleep because they're afraid it might cost a few extra bucks?
Oh, absolutely. And the thing that people, they tend to overlook the value of a mattress. They want to go cheap. Most people, you want to save money, and that's understandable.
Sure.
But Sterling, you just hit the hammer on the head a moment ago. You get what you get. You get what you pay for.
Right.
So, if you have the luxury of affording to put a little bit more money into a better quality mattress, by all rights, you're going to end up getting a much better return on your investment, because that's what you're investing in, is your sleep and your health.
Right.
So, you don't necessarily need to spend $3,000 on a top-of-the-line bed to get good support. But if you have the luxury of affording that, you're going to end up getting a better product that's going to last longer. You're not going to have to replace it as quickly. And the great thing about us, too, is that regardless of what product you end up selecting, you've got 4 months to make sure it's the right comfort. So at least if you bring the mattress home, you sleep on it, you find it's too hard, too soft, too hot, too cold, you come back and you reselect. It's that simple.
Okay. So there are lots of options. It's not a closed off thing. If it doesn't work, well, then we'll find something that does work.
Well, we've got the largest selection too. When you take into account that we carry all the leading manufacturers, we don't just carry 2 or 3 different brands out there. We carry the best of the best. So we carry the best from Sealy, Simmons, Serta, Restonic, Nature's Embrace, manufactured by Rennell. And all of these companies are Canadian manufactured. They're all manufactured, with the exception of Sealy, they're all made right here in the Lower Mainland.
Right.
Sealy's made in Edmonton.
Right.
Everybody else is right here in town. So we've purposely gone in and taken the best of the best, and we've got the largest selection of the healthiest products in Canada. Undisputed.
Innovative Sleep Solutions is at 3033 King George Boulevard, right across the King George from the South Surrey Auto Mall. InnovativeSleep.ca is the website. You might want to have a look at that because we need to take a quick time out here on Boomer Life on AM 650.
Canada's only weekly radio show dedicated to the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on AM 650.